Come on, you Jonas. Let's go.
Mm. It's good to have you on.
Likewise, likewise. Thanks for having me on.
Currently, all Arsenal fans are feeling on top of the world. Like, I can understand it's been a long time they had this kind of record. So tell
Yeah.
me, how does it feel being an Arsenal fan?
Well, it feels good because we definitely have been through a lot in the past
Yeah.
few years, decade, maybe over a decade. We've struggled. We haven't been at the top. We haven't been where we belong. And finally, we're getting wins now. And we're getting a rhythm, a pattern. The coach is showing the hard work he's been putting in for the past few years. It seems to be clicking. So we're excited to be at the top. I know it's not permanent and it's kind of still early in the season, but it's better to be there than where we were last year. So I'll take it.
Oh, just like you said, it's not permanent. So many people are like, Arsenal topping the table is like an elephant being on top of a tree. It should definitely come down.
Yeah,
So
I
how
think
long
the
do you
only
think this your consistency will last? The top in the table, the winning streaks, and all that.
So only haters talk about Arsenal being on top of the table as an elephant, So they can hate. If people are talking about you, that usually means you're doing something good. Of course, we're top of the table, so they can talk. So I think Arsenal would do well this season, barring injuries. And we're already having an injury crisis already 5 games into the season. And the only thing I feel that will really derail our season is injuries because we don't have as much a deep squad depth in the squad in terms of quality. We have good starting 11 and a few players afterwards, but then the further you go into the bench, the more you see that the team has that fragility. So, um, injuries, suspensions are the key factors that I feel like will derail our season from being where it could be, which is I'm thinking like between the top three. Um, other than that, I think we'll have a good season, but EPL is unpredictable, so.
Yeah, exactly. The match on Sunday, Manchester United.
Hmm.
Now, Manchester United have they kind of had a reshuffle in the team. So
Yeah.
we've seen improvement from the Liverpool game, three
Hmm.
wins, yeah, consecutively. And Arsenal likewise have not been doing badly. So what do you see happening in that game?
So this game will be a very interesting game. No matter how we're doing in the season, no matter how United are doing, whenever we go to their home to play them at Old Trafford, it's always a difficult game for us. We rarely get results there. So I think this would be another similar type of situation, but only because of the injuries we've had. Um, Partey is out due to injury. Zinchenko had an injury, so
So,
he's gonna miss this game likely.
yeah.
Um, Odegaard had a knock the last game, and I doubt he's gonna play this game because I saw him come off the field and it didn't look good. So those key areas in the midfield are usually where wins you the game. And against United, that's going to be a big battle because it's a big field, and that midfield is going to be key to holding dominance and maintaining the game. United have a lot of fast players up top. Well, not a lot, but they have Rashford and they have Elanga who can cause those problems up top. But I think we can deal with them because we don't have the slow defenders we used to have. We have mobility in the back. We have agility. We have physical defenders who can keep pace and stay with their men. So I think defensively we'll be able to handle United. It'll be a very close game. But I'm thinking Arsenal should still win because we have a better fluidity in our team, even though we have key injuries right now. But I think the dynamic of the team and momentum would give us a good game, but United would make it very difficult.
Definitely one thing is going to happen on Sunday. Either both teams lose points or one team lose points. Which team do you think is going to be?
Well, there's only one team who's on top of the table, so I expect that to stay that way.
I don't want you to speak as an Arsenal fan right now. I want you to talk as a neutral
As a
football
football
fan.
fan. Okay, in that case, I expect a draw. So I think it would be, I think it would be a very, it won't be as high scoring as we expect, but I think there'll be mistakes in both teams. But I think it would be a very competitive game that no team, either side, would not want to lose. So they'll play to kind of bring the other to a standstill. So I could see a game where we end up with either the game ends a 1-1 or 2-2 draw. Um, so I don't really think there'll be too much. There will be a good game, but I don't think the scoring will be that far apart.
Talking about the injury on Arsenal's part right now, do you think it's going to affect that game?
Yeah. So, and I think that's where my biggest concern lies, that injury crisis currently at Arsenal. Especially in the midfield area where our dominant midfielders and like senior
Yeah,
experienced
exactly.
ones are the ones that have picked up the injuries. And against United, you need all the experience you can get because they have Casemiro in there and they have likely they're probably gonna start McTominay. I'm thinking they will. But I wouldn't be
I reckon.
surprised if yeah, I don't. I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to bring in Casemiro because this had a few games now. They might need a warrior in their midfield to battle us, and they also have Fred in the middle. So they have midfielders who can battle us, and we, on the other hand,
Yeah.
are lacking the depth at that point currently. So it would be rough for us. But the way we play, we congest the back. The center backs they all squeeze in. The right back comes in and it makes it a back three. So because we congest from the back and we don't allow that space between the midfield and defense, it will give more protection for whoever plays in the midfield, which likely would be Sambi Lokonga in this case. So we'll try to give him the support with the midfielders and the defenders, so he's not left alone. Like last season, he had a terrible experience in that, and after that, people didn't want to see him again. So, but I think Arsenal would hold theirs. Defensively, the defense is really where I'm putting my hopes in. Between Gabriel and Saliba, I expect them to be able to deal with what United has up top. So because of that, if we can nullify their pace and that counter attack that they will want to play, then they really won't be able to do much else. So Bruno will be the other issue. Now, if Partey was there, I would expect him to mark out Bruno because he's the one that's going to make them tick because every counter attack, I watched that last game. He sits off a little bit when teams attack them, and as soon as the team lose possession to them, they look for Bruno right away, and he takes the attack and gives it to the faster player. So we need to nullify Bruno, and we need to keep our center backs do what they usually do, keep pace. Saliba is gonna show Rashford that hey, this is no man's land. You ain't going nowhere, brother. You know. So I expect us to bruise United, but it'll be a good game.
Okay. What's your exact prediction for this game?
2-1. 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah,
Players to score.
it will be a close game, and then United would try to push later on, and then we'll just hit them in the mouth, and that would be it. So it'll be a good game.
I hope it doesn't backfire like we saw with Liverpool last season. You know,
Yeah, well,
remember that game?
that was last season.
Yeah,
So
this is a
last
new
season,
Arsenal.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We were never at the top of the table last season, and we struggled
Oh,
to start off the season. Even when we picked up momentum, we still were lacking a bit in the back. Um, Unfortunately, this game comes at a time where we're picking up injuries. So this will actually give United a good chance to give us a game. But I think we still collectively as a team, we have enough to show that our process is further ahead than United. So I think the team dynamic should work in our favor, but United would be up for this game. Like we saw what they did against Liverpool. They brought their game. I mean, Liverpool don't have
are you saying
Saliba.
this because I'm putting on a Liverpool jersey?
Are you putting oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. But of
Thank
course,
you.
I wasn't surprised because Liverpool used to have one special defender named Van Dijk, and now I think we have his clone or something playing. It's not the same person. I mean, he's been replaced in the EPL by the great Saliba, so we know who the top defender is in EPL right now. But let's leave Liverpool apart, leave them aside. We'll meet them further in the future. We have revenge in our mind. We
Oh,
didn't forget. We didn't
oh,
forget. But United must catch these hands, because Arsenal are coming. We're bringing the cannon and we are ready to blow up that place and keep it 6 out of 6, keep it going. So
I hope
let's.
this is not the end of the road for Arsenal because many people are actually
Oh,
waiting for Arsenal to drop points. And I'm thinking Sunday. I just feel like Sunday might just be that day. You know.
well, like I said, like even if we do drop points and we draw with United, I don't expect us to lose. By the way, when I say drop points, I mean a draw. So even if
No.
we do draw with United, we're still gonna be up there. So because we had a good start of the season, that's the advantage of having the start that we have. So whatever mistakes we make, whatever issues we have along the line, we won't fall off that much. It will be a big drop off, but we'll still be in contention of the top three. So the advantage we have is getting the points early, beating the teams that are in the league that we're supposed to beat and play, and keep it going. So we haven't played any big teams yet, and we're not playing one this weekend. So I think we need to keep taking care of all the teams.
Now that's a disrespect to Manchester United. You don't see them as a big
Yeah.
team, yeah?
I mean, they have the name from before. I get them before Nobi Market. I used to have
Ah,
it. Like, come on, they used to have it. That was when Sir Alex
mhm.
had the Sir Alex tax, and he had the way with the refs and the league, and they favored them and cheat for them. But Sir Alex is gone. They don't have that sway anymore in the league. So now United are chopping beatings left and right. Brentford will show up and give them in the mouth. Another team will give them. So it's our time for
And they've
Arsenal to
also
give them the
improved
best
as
coach.
well,
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
the
yeah,
truth.
absolutely. Yeah, it's the new coach bounce. Teams get that new coach
Yeah.
bounce, and then they play. Now, don't get me wrong. Ten Hag is a good coach, but I think United are having that good new coach bounce right now. And while it's picking up, I don't really expect them to sustain it, and I don't expect them to be consistent all season enough to make the top four. But I think they will be very close to the top four, but I don't really expect that it will be enough. But we'll see.
Yeah. And I like the fact that he's not being sentimental, deciding to bench some players, try out new things to get results, and it's paying off.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Go ahead.
players to score. You said
Mm.
2-1. Players to
Yeah.
score.
So this game, I expect the goal to come from Bukayo Saka, and I wouldn't say Martinelli because he's been on fire. As much as everyone would think Jesus would score, I think Jesus would create today, but I wouldn't expect him to be the one to get the goal. So I would say Martinelli and Bukayo Saka. But I would be really glad if it's Emil Smith Rowe comes on and scores with Saka, and then we can sing our song about Emil Smith Rowe and Saka. I can't wait. I love that song.
So, United, who is going to score the one goal you predicted?
Man, I think it'll be an own goal from us. I don't even think United will score. Like,
Please, it
mm,
shouldn't be Saliba. I have him in my FPO.
no,
I'm
no,
tired of
no.
this one goal.
I have him too. I have him too. I talked to the ancestors. They said it won't be him this weekend. He will not be calling that goal. But no, seriously. I think the goal will come from Bruno Fernandez. He's the talisman. I see it. I know Sancho will dance around and he'll do his
Yeah.
thing. Rashford will run around like a headless chicken. He will run here and there. But I think Bruno will be the one that will get the pop shot from somewhere close to the box. The ball will come out to him and he'll hit it, smash it before the keeper has a chance or the defense has a chance to cover. So I think he will be their biggest goal threat. Of course, we know they have one of the all-time legends on the bench, CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo. He'll probably make a cameo later in the game and come and trouble us with some headers. He floats in the air, but I don't think he'll score this game. I don't think Man United play around Cristiano right now as their focal
Yeah.
point.
You
So
don't.
yeah.
I don't. I'm not sure if Anthony will be making his debut on Sunday as well.
So the thing about Anthony, right? I think he's a very wonderful player, skillful, talented, quick. But I think he's not gonna have the kind of success people expect him to have in EPL because it's very physical and people are fast and the spaces close quickly. So while he's a very tricky player, the physicality of the league will give him problems and adapting to the fact that he wouldn't have the kind of space you would think because every time you dribble and turn, somebody else will be there. So the kind of intensity of the league, it will give him some trouble. I don't think he will have the kind of success that people expect from him. And a lot of times players that come from the Dutch league into the Premier League, they
Mm.
struggle. Memphis Depay was killing it in there, and then he comes to the same United, and he was Magnon. He wasn't that. He didn't hold up to that. So it's like we keep expecting people to have the success they have in other leagues, and even then, Anthony didn't really score that many goals or hit the assist tallies like that, even in that league. So what are people really expecting? It's like another Sancho who's a dancer on the ball. He looks good. He creates, but what has Sancho done since he's been in the league? He scored some goals here and there, but nothing enough to warrant the 70, what is it, 85 million? and now Anthony's like what the money the United are paying is like. Anyways, that's their wahala. Come on, bring their let's handle business. We're here.
I hope after all these your paparazzi, United is not going to trash Arsenal like
I don't see it happening. But guess what? It's
Oh,
football, though. It's anything is possible in football.
yeah,
But I
exactly.
don't
Anything is
see it
possible.
happening. But even if they do get points from us, I mean, they'll still be below us. So they won the battle. We still winning the war. Come on.
I see. Let's see what happens on Sunday. I'm actually seeing a draw for this match. But let's see how it goes. I hope your team makes
I'll,
you happy.
I'll take a draw. I'll take a draw. A draw is fine with me as long as it's not a loss. I'll take a draw. So.
And hope it's not a trash, like trashing Arsenal like three
They can't
zero,
trash us.
4-0, five
They
zero.
can't trash
It's not
us.
possible anyway.
They can win. It's possible. They have a small chance to win.
Yeah, a
But
narrow margin.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but not trash. Like for that to happen, like I mean, we have a lot of little things that can make an excuse for the game. But I mean, it's legitimate excuses. But we're not gonna give that up to United. So I think the boys are gonna go out there and do everything they can. And regardless of what happens, we'll be proud of the boys because we know that they'll give their all. They will bring their game, and we'll see what happens.
I just pray and I hope, kind of an impossible request. Arsenal could just keep a clean sheet because of my FPO. Ramsdale is my keeper, and I've got Saliba. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be a
Yeah,
dreamer, but it's still
yeah.
possible.
This game, I would not, I wouldn't really expect a clean sheet. But hey, we have the capabilities to do it. And the funny thing is, most of the goals we've conceded, I think 3 out of the 4 we've conceded, have been like self-inflicted. Like it's just like errors that we're making, unforced
Yeah.
errors, or some of them are forced. But it's our fault that we're conceding because either we're scoring directly or we're giving the ball to them in a very unnecessary dangerous spot. So it's not like teams are breaking us up and then going in and scoring. It's just that they're getting crumbs from our errors. So if we can keep everything together, I think we'll be keeping more clean sheets. But I don't expect it this game because we're missing some key factors in there. So, but we'll still get that win though.
Okay, it's fine. Let's see how it goes, and I hope to talk to you after the game.
Come on, you Gunners.
I like your confidence. I hope you maintain it after the match, though.
Yeah, yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
The pleasure is all mine.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
Bye. Okay.